Hi guys. This is really weird, right? Oh, hi everybody. Oh. Yeah, so we'll wait a few minutes. Just wanted to make sure it actually worked. I don't have like any professional legit equipment, so this is what we're working with. Whatever I do today, yeah, Nikki, it's so weird. I'm wiggling right now. Oh my God, hi from Brazil. Um, so yeah, I figured today I'm just gonna do what I need for myself. It'll be very much like what we do in the classes that I teach. Um, I'm not gonna use props today, but as we continue along, we'll probably do like some blocks, or you could roll up a towel or like get creative and everybody's smart, so you can figure that out. Oh my gosh, hi. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see your avatars. I wish I was seeing you in person. Yeah, so we'll do some weird wiggly stuff. We'll do like a lot of my PT based exercises, and I'll figure out a way to like link to the people who I'm inspired by or who have like given me information, so then you can go direct to the source. Um, because there's a lot of really awesome people who I've learned from. So, yeah, those of you who take my class a lot know about that. Um, but, hi guys. Um, so, this is the space that we're working with. I wore my green pants because I figured my usual black was kind of depressing for times. So, yeah. Let's get settled. Ideally, you have like enough space where you can do this and some down dog and all that. But I want to start as I normally do with standing up. And if you want, we're gonna do squats like I always do because Luke from Motive, who's my awesome PT, told me that I should always do squats. So if you have something that you can hold as a weight, you can go ahead and grab that, but that's totally not necessary. I have a little 15-pound kettlebell that I found in my basement, so I'm going to use that. Um, so let's see, anything else as people kind of trickle in? Yeah, I have had some really icky shoulder stuff over the years, so I talk a lot about finding really good shoulder alignment. This is my wonky shoulder, this is my right, and it tends to really like rotate forward. And so a lot of the work that I've been doing is like in retracting it back and letting it sit here, so thinking broad here. And we talk a lot in our community these days about external rotation, which when your arms are overhead ends up kind of being palms facing each other. So that's the alignment that I'm going to focus on a lot when we have arms overhead. You'll want to think your palms facing each other a lot for that. So let's get started. Grab your weight. We're just going to do 10, and then we'll do 10 pulsing. So feet wider than your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift up tall through the top of your head. Close your ribs. Lift your belly button. Knees out over your toes as low as you're ready to go. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to stay down and pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. Get rid of your weight or not, whatever you are. Find your feet underneath you, underneath your hip bones, and take a few moments to just really root down into the ground and find your skeleton. Your hips are right over your feet. Your feet are really parallel. Lift your toes up, flare them out, and then press them down. And just start bending and straightening your knees. Your knees are tracking over your toes. Your shoulders are right over your hips. Your belly button is pulling in and up. Your rib cage is going down, and then your collarbone is broad. And lift out through the top of your head. Good, and then we're gonna inhale. Now here, separate your rib cage from your waist, root your feet down, but reach your fingers up high, arms up high, shoulders shrugging to your ears. Inhale more, and exhale. Let it out. And again, inhale. Breathe in more. Root your feet down, lift your arms up, lift your shoulders up, separate your rib cage from your waist. Inhale more, and let it out. Good, drop your head, keep your shoulders rolled into the socket as you circle your head to the right 2 times. And to the left 2 times. Good, and then bend your knees, keep your rib cage closing in a little bit, but let it relax, twisting side to side. Here, I like to feel my shoulder blades sliding towards my spine as I twist all the way around. You want to feel that twist through your spine. Even start to incorporate your head, maybe looking a little bit further around the corner with each one, and your arms can swing. It's really weird talking in a room by myself, by the way. This is super strange. I can't make eye contact with anyone. Good, and then come settle down. And separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. We're going for a side bend, really reaching with that top arm. And then bend your knees, big contraction, hollow your belly, reaching forward, tuck your tailbone under, and then as you straighten your knees, go to the other side, rooting down for your opposite leg, and up, and then reverse it, side bend, and big contraction, hollow it out, tuck that tailbone under, deep knee bend, and then over to the other side, and reach up, and again, reversing, side, and hollow, and side, and up, and reverse, side, and hollow, side, and up. Last time each direction, side, and hollow, side, up, and side, hollow, side, and up. Good, roll your shoulders back, really squeezing them together. 2 more. Good, and bringing them forward. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of tension up there just from everything, right? Let's bring our feet together for a moment and just a little bit of wiggling through the feet. So lifting the toes up, I don't know if you can see, and then pressing them down. And we're gonna do 7 more. As you lift them up, really spread your toes out. 5, 4, trying to reach through the top of your head, belly button in, 2, and 1. For those of you who are not bow-legged like me, you're going to try to zip your legs together. If you are bow-legged like me, just really think about rooting down through into the center of your foot. The energy's shooting down here. And then just tracking your knee over your toes, lifting one heel up and place it down, and the other. I am still recovering from a sprained ankle, so my left ankle feels a little bit icky as I do this. So I feel like this is a nice way to start mobilizing it. And we'll do 4 more. 4 and 3. Pull your belly button in. 2 and 1. Good. Now that our feet are a little bit warmed up, hands on your hips. We're going to try to keep our hips super level. Pull your right knee up in front of you, really rooting down through a super strong straight left leg, and pulsing up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and place that foot down. And finding the power on the other side. This is my wobbly foot, and pulsing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, And place that foot down, rooting down on the left leg, right knee up. We're gonna circle around, really trying to keep the hips level, circle to the side, and then without moving the hips, drop it down through parallel. This one's from Anna Venizelos. She's an amazing contortionist, and I'll link to her. Mad love to her, she's phenomenal. We're doing 4 of these in this direction. I think we have one more. Oh. And then reversing it, keep pulling your belly button in, keep rooting down through your foot. Whoa. 2, 3, and 4. Good, rooting down through your opposite foot, give that leg a wiggle, give that leg a wiggle. And other side, setting yourself up. Square hips, belly button lifted, and circling around for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reversing 4. Whoa. 3, this is my wobbly foot. 2, and 1. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Put it down. Shake it out. And give your legs a little beating. Good. Separate your legs. We're going to roll down. Even in class, people look up. So we're going to roll down with our knees bent. Hanging over, we're going to wiggle our hips side to side. Like that. And then we're going to bend and straighten our knees 4 times. If you want, you can flip around like this so that we're looking at each other like that, which is kind of rude. But like, why not, right? So here we go, rolling down, keeping your knees bent, and then just shifting your hips side to side. I feel like right now I need Juanita's little eyeball stickers right here. I'll link to her too. She's really brilliant. She does like body puppets. Just being really juicy here, wiggling it out. And then bending and straightening your knees for 4, and 3, 2, and 1, and goodbye shirt, my face. And then both hands go over to your right ankle or your shin, wherever you are in your mobility. If this is comfy for you, then reach your left arm longer on the diagonal and shift your hips to the left. Really pulling all the way onto your whole left side. I don't know if that's showing up. And then we're going to bend and straighten the left knee for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straightening your legs. Keep your left arm wherever it is. Weave the right arm under. Catch the left ankle and twist. Deep breaths all the way into your back ribs. Well, my back just cracked. And bend your knees, come center. Straighten your knees. Both hands to your left. If you have the mobility, reach your right arm longer. If not, no worries. Shift your hips to the right. And then bend and straighten for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And keeping your right arm where it is, weave your left arm under, twist. Big breaths. Good. And I'm going to swing back around because we're going to come into a squat. Sock adjustment. So coming down, you want your feet flat on the floor, and then really think about what your shoulders are doing. So drive them down, broad across the collarbone, but from right below your nipples down, you're in a big contraction. And then pressing out with your elbows, feel that power coming from your lats, tall through the top of the head. And then we're going to squeeze in with the groin as we press out with the elbows, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release the squeeze. Feel like maybe you can get a little further into your hips and your lower back. Feel free to give it a little like weight shift or a wiggle. If You want to take a moment to open up one side, keeping that pelvis drop down, and then the other side. Oh, this is the tight side. Good. And then finding your way to hands and knees. And just take a moment to do a little Ivory Fox, who is offering handstand lessons on video. Shout out to Ivory Fox. So just going through like your hands or feet, like your little prancing hands. And then flip your hands so that your fingers are facing you. Spread your fingers wide. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're not too high up by your ears. And then peel back all the way through your fingertips and roll it forward. 3 more. 2. And 1. And shifting your hands to face front. Plug your shoulders in. I'll go sideways now. So you want to feel, I'll go up here. You want to feel like your shoulders are driving towards your waist and you're long through the top of your head. And the really hard thing for me, close your rib cage, right? So instead of being flared out, we want to try to close it. And then going for a weight shift around 3 circles in one direction. And 3 in the other. Remembering that the head is an extension of the spine. Good. And then flip the hands, back of the hands to the floor. And as Ivory says, get your thumb knuckle down as well. So really opening up through that thumb. And if you want to do a little bit extra, you can push into it. And then flip your hands back. Let's take a moment, zip the knees together, tuck your toes under, sit back on your heels, try to squeeze your heels together. Obviously, if you need to untuck your toes, untuck your toes. We're gonna go for a tricep stretch, and we're really gonna think about that external rotation. Tap the back of your shoulder, and then try to fold your upper arm to your lower arm. Open it up here. I'm gonna let my rib cage flare out as I pull my arm up and behind me, and then using the head, I'm going to push that arm back, and then exhale. Try to slide the rib cage down and lengthen the lower back as I open through the tricep and the armpit. I am pretty mobile. You may not be this mobile. That's okay. Wherever you are. Obviously, if you need to untuck your toes, untuck them. And releasing that. And the other side, pat it, fold it, use your head, inhale and exhale, trying to slide that rib cage down, lengthening through the back as you open up your armpit, really lengthening through the back of the neck, out the top of the head. Good, and releasing that. If you haven't already untucked your toes, you can pat them out and set yourself up here and trying to isolate your shoulder blades. We are going to imagine that we are squishing a walnut. I think that's a Josh Dean phrase, and then push the floor away. So trying to keep the whole rest of your torso super neutral as your shoulder blades try to touch, and then push away. Crack the walnut, push away. You don't really squish a walnut, do you? And we'll do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And finding neutral again, trying to reach out between your tailbone and the top of your head. And now slide your shoulder blades towards your waist and towards your ears. Waist, ears, waist, ears. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then we're going to keep looking at the floor. Lower your hips to the right as you pull your left ear towards the left. And then push the floor away. Left hip down, right ear to right hip. And going back and forth. So there's a curve in the spine. You're really pushing the floor away, so keep your shoulders engaged. You're not letting it collapse all the way down. You want to keep your belly button engaged. Lift it in. And we'll do one more each side. Good. And rooting down. We're going to root down. I'm going to do my upstage arm, which is my right arm. So opening up, really feel this shoulder plugging in. Here we're going to open up, and we're going to dive underneath 4 times. So take it as a mini push-up on that grounded arm. Diving under and opening it up. I have to adjust myself. For 4. And 3. 2. And then we're going to stay down. Do whatever you want to do with this arm that was upstage. You can leave it where it was. You can open it up like this, or you can tuck it behind your waist. As you breathe, which you should be doing, be careful to breathe all the way into your upper back. One more deep breath. Open the arm. If it was not already open, push the floor away. And one more just to reset. Feel powerful and strong here. And ground it down. And the other side. Opening up and diving under for 4. Oh, this side is tight. And 3. 2. And staying down. Oh, yeah. One more deep breath. And opening it up if it's not already open. And one more big push the floor away. Opening up to the side and hands down. Good. Zip your knees together. Sit your hamstrings on your heels and come into a child's pose. Take a moment to just reach your arms forward. And then we're going to slide the arms in. You want them to be so that your elbows are hugging in right next to your legs. Your forearms are on the floor and your palms are on the floor. This is an exercise from my physical therapist, Luke, over at Motive. And it's all about engaging in the thoracic spine. So the first thing you're going to do is lift your belly button off your thighs. Then you're going to think about squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other and driving them down towards your waist. Your elbows are going to stay hugging in. Maintain that shoulder blade squeeze down towards your waist and together on the back, and start to reach out through the top of the head. And then sequentially keep going. Use your hands pressing into the floor to try to get your throat as open as it can be. Once you can't open your throat anymore, start to try and shine your chest through. It's hard to talk here. And then keep going up, really tucking those elbows in, shining the chest through. And finding a spot on the ceiling next time you're going to try to get further. As you come down, feel like you're pulling your chest through your shoulders, your throat, and then your face will be the last thing to come down. 3 more. I'm not going to talk anymore because it's hard. And this is going to be my last one. Word. Okay, we did that. Now we're going to go into puppy. As you do puppy, you want to have your palms facing each other. If mobility is not your thing, separate your knees. If you're going deeper into the stretch, keep your knees zipped together. So start with your hands out, thumbs up, and slide yourself out so that your butt is over your heels. And we're trying to get, oh my goodness, your throat, your chest, your armpits on the floor. And breathe. And then pull your belly button to your spine, pull your butt back to your heels. Oh my God. I'm so tight, you guys. Take a moment. All right. We're going to do one more thing on hands and knees. So here we go. Setting yourself back up. You can separate your legs just a little bit, your knees just a little bit. Find your neutral. We're going to reach the left leg back. Put my little shit out of the way. So, left leg back, super, super parallel. And then opposite arm goes out, thumb to the ceiling. Close your rib cage. Feel the energy between your heel and zooming out your fingers and out the top of your head and pulsing really tiny for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you want to feel the shoulder, supporting shoulder plugged in. Set up your other side. Close your ribs, reach out through the top of the head. And pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And now we're going to go out. And here we're going to bend at the knee as you open just the thoracic spine up and extend out for 10. And 9, it's going to be small. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and switching sides. Really finding that parallel, and up and down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. Okay, sit your butt back on your heels, separate your legs, and find your child's pose for a moment. All right, we're going to flip over to sitting. And this is a combo of stuff from Angela Kim, who's an amazing contortionist. She is here in New York right now, I believe. I'll link to her. And then some stuff from Luke over at Motive. So we're going to go into a 90 degree situation. So really take a moment. We're thinking about the internal rotation of this side leg, and that shin is shooting straight back. I think you can kind of see if I set up here, right? Then we go this way. And then lifting your belly, just rock it back and forth with your hips, flexing through your feet. Yeah, some of my students have actually requested this sometimes. I think this is really helpful. We don't work a ton on internal rotation, and I find it's really helped my back and my hips feel good. So just taking a couple more moments to just rock back and forth in there. Good, and then sitting up really tall, lean out onto your supporting arm. Pull your belly button in, close your rib cage, and start to twist your spine around. When you can't twist any further, you're going to bring your arm in front of you. Keep your elbows super straight. You're going to reach out through the shoulder blade and retract it back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back square, try to square your shoulders off to your hips. We're gonna externally rotate in the arms into the shoulder. And then as you close your rib cage, press your shoulders back, right? So we're not flaring the rib cage out. And with a flat back, go down and up for 8, 7, 6. Feel that press back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then keeping broad across the collarbone, forearms down on the ground, really plugging those shoulders down and in, and lift the pinky toe side of that back foot up as high as it can go. And then don't worry about bouncing back down. We're just going to try to squeeze it higher 8 times for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's so hard. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And shifting around, other side. Setting up your geometry. Take a moment. You think it's there, and then you look, and it's definitely not a 90-degree angle. And then wiggle it out. Rocking it back and forth. For me, this side feels way easier. But I think that's because this is my left side. My left side generally isn't as strong. And my right side, where this feels kind of crummier, is where I'm stronger and do more of my one-arm stuff. So that makes sense. Good. And then squaring your shoulders off, close your rib cage, leaning down. And from your lower belly, start that twist, reaching out through the top of the head. And then crossing the arm, keep the elbows straight. Reach out and retract back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And square the shoulders off. Find the external rotation, press back, and close the ribs. Reach out through the top of the head. Make sure you're still flexing your feet. And down and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And like all these cues that I'm giving, it's not just for you guys, even when I'm teaching class, it's for me. Because like I can't keep track of anything that my body's doing, so I have to always remind myself of that. Swing your leg around, put the bottoms of your feet together. And holding onto your ankles or your knees or your shins, wherever. And if you need your legs a little further away from you, that's fine. We're going to arch it down, leading with the chest, and contract it back. And 2 more times. And last one this direction. And then hollow from the belly, dive it forward and up. And 2 more times. Good. And bring your legs in front of you. Rotate away and together. And we're going to go into our active pike. So we're going to go from flexed feet, reach your arms, and leading with your chest, try to reach past your feet. And then from the lower belly, rolling it up. I like to point through the tops of my feet as they come up. And flex, and reach past, and pull it up. 2 more. Reach, and up, and reach, and up. Good. Now flex your feet. Depending on your mobility, either grab right behind your knees, shins, ankles, or if you're like me, you can reach over the tops of your feet and lift your heels up and drive your elbows down. Obviously, everyone is in their own experience here. So wherever you are, just take a moment to pull yourself towards your legs. And then we're going to do something I hate so much, but it's good for us, especially those of us who are trying to hoist our asses over our heads and be aerialists. But this probably applies to a lot of things. Yep, you know it. So zip your ankles together. Your hands are going to go anywhere along your legs. Here is going to be easier. Further out is going to be harder. Super straight legs. We're going to do 10 leg lifts. We're in this together. It sucks. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, we're going to do one more round, but this time with the legs apart and the hands in between the legs. Again, you can be anywhere along here. If your legs are getting really high, challenge yourself, walk your hands more forward. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, that's brutal. Maybe beat out the top of your thighs. Okay, we did it. That one's over. Yay. Let's go to a straddle. It doesn't have to be your biggest straddle ever. Just get somewhere in here sitting with your sit bones on the floor and your legs apart and just do this wiggle, right? Just getting in there, now we're trying to work on these guys in here, but also all this stuff. So now, adjust yourself as you want to. We are going to activate our legs. So press your legs into the floor and try to lift your butt up and sit down for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Good, and point and flex your feet. I don't know if you can see. I'm like so far away from my little tiny phone, it's hard to tell. Anyway. Good, and then sitting up super tall, keep the energy in your legs. We're gonna face the right leg. Keep the right hand grounded on the floor. The left arm is like a sword, pinky side to the floor, and you're gonna reach out. Keep your left sit bone down, and then from your lower belly, pull it back up for 4, 3, keep the energy out the left leg, 2, and 1. And other side, squaring it off, flipping energy into the right sit bone for 4. Oh, this side is rough. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Make a fist, put your fist at your sacrum, and then we're going to think about this shoulder. Instead of the shoulder rolling forward, which is an exaggeration here, we're going to try to press it back, but then keep the rib cage closed. And we're going to just do 8 squeezes, squeezing and kind of pulling that back just to activate there. I'm doing them now. Sorry, I didn't start counting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then left arm up, and we're going to go into a side bend, trying to keep that right shoulder engaged. And then keep rooting down through the left sit bone. Go a little bit up and a little bit down for 8. Let's do 8, yeah. 7. We have all the time in the world, right? 6, 5, 4, 3. Use your belly. Pull it in. 2, and 1. And then we're going to stay down. Lock this hand in front of you and use that to spiral your ribs so that you're really trying to get that left armpit towards the ceiling. Keep rooting down through the left sit bone and try to reach past your foot. So instead of a curved arm, let's do this with a really long reaching arm. And then as we get ready to come up, if you want to challenge yourself, reach your bottom arm by your ear. Pull yourself up. Oh my gosh. All right, other side. Fist behind your back. Take a moment. Press that shoulder back, but keeping everything square. Lifted, closed, broad. And then little squeezes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it squeezing back. Right arm up. Energy into the floor through that right sit bone. And reaching And here we go, up and down, just a little bit up for 8 and 7. Energy into the floor through your legs as well as your sit bone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, it's hard to talk. Squeeze your left arm through and then really rotate that armpit towards the ceiling and keep reaching through your arm and down into that right sit bone. And again, either come up or reach your left arm by your ear. Pull yourself up. Oh my gosh. All right, we did it. Grab behind your legs, pull your knees in, give them a little hug, sink back. And then hands down, fingers facing front, scoot your butt forward, and just take another little internal rotation moment. That was a while to be sitting in a straddle, but I do want to go back into it and just go forward into our inner thighs, but I want to give us a little minute out of it. I am not a middle split person. Some people are, some people aren't. So for my body, it very much resists it. So going back in. Oh, this is the fun part. Okay, I'm going to turn around. This is a little rude, but we're all friends. So I have recently found that twerking helps me get into my, and this is like my sad version of twerking, helps me get into my inner thighs. So I'm going to squeeze my right butt cheek and my left. I don't even know if you can tell it's squeezing, but I really feel it kind of like tense and up, but then release in the front of my hip and into my inner thighs. So let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just for the fun of it, let's do 8 together. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper into your straddle. And here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay. All right. Oh my God. Sit your legs together again. Give them a hug. Wiggle it out. Give them a little internal. Hello, internal. Cool. We're going to do a couple things on our back, and then we're going to do my like fake yoga down dog sequence, and then that's probably it. So I'm going to do my best on my back, I think. I'll just go from the side. Hi. Okay, so here we are. I need to move my yoga box out of the way. And my kettlebell. Alright. So you do want to have enough space so that you can reach your legs down in front of you, but also we are going to go into maybe a plow behind. So check yourself there in your spacing and yeah, adjust as you need to. So here we are laying. Find your neutral spine so your hip bones and your pubic bone are on the same plane. There's a natural curve in your lower back. We're thinking about rib cage going down towards the belly button coming up towards the rib cage, and then broad across the collarbone. And here we're going to try to palms to the ceiling and then try to press the shoulders and upper arms into the floor, and then see how that's probably going to make your rib cage, like mine, try to flare open. And so we're just going to take a moment here, taking a couple breaths, trying to lengthen through the back of the neck as well, and keep the pressure of the shoulders into the floor, upper arm into the floor, but keeping this sliding down. For me, it is very hard. Good. And then without changing anything in the chest or the upper body, we're going to pull the belly button to the spine and press the lower back into the floor, tucking the tailbone under, pubic bone rocks up. And then going to neutral. And on your own time, just rocking through this, really thinking like that feeling for me anyway, and I feel like it's universal. When you go into cold water, or even like water that just feels cold if it's super hot out, and then you start walking in and you get to like right below your belly button and you just start to like suck everything in. That's the feeling that we're going for. So you're sucking it in like you're going into freezing cold water. Good. And then we're going to roll all the way up to the shoulder blades. So really pushing your feet into the floor. Keep the knees tracking over the toes. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, and then reach your fingertips towards your heels. And then palms together are going to go to the ceiling. And then keep going overhead. Here we're going to let our armpits open. Our shoulders might be a little bit shrugged up to our ears. That's fine. Keep reaching through your arms as you roll down. This is hard too, to try to sequentially roll through your upper back. Keep reaching your arms away. Middle back, that's the hard part for me. And lower back. Your rib cage will be flared a little bit as you go to neutral. On the exhale, plug your shoulders in, close your rib cage, and bring your arms down. And again, rolling it up. And then reaching the arms. Keep squeezing through the hamstrings and glutes. Keep reaching the arms away from you as you roll down. I feel like this one makes more space in my body. And we're going to do one final one. And bringing it down. Good. And reaching the legs out, we're going to find a hollow body with the legs off the floor. So pressing the lower back into the ground, and then your legs will be out on a diagonal. Your arms can either be by your sides or up overhead, but they're not going to be so overhead that it flares your rib cage out, right? They're going to be plugged in at this diagonal overhead. And then we're going to come to our pike. Wherever your pike ends, you're going to pull your belly button to your spine. Again, you may need to have your arms on the ground by your side. We're going to go up into a plow. Here I'm going to flex my feet. You can't see, but my feet are flexed. And now I'm going to start to roll down. I'm trying to keep my feet on the floor, and then they touch my forearms. And as long as I can, I'm trying to keep my toes touching me. And then I roll down through flexed feet. And then here, my arms have now opened up. I'm going to plug them back in, and I'm going to close my legs together, point my feet, and come down. And again, reaching up through my hollow body, find my pike, and going in to my plow. Now my thumb side of the arms are on the floor. I'm going to have my toes tucked under, flexing my feet, and sliding down. Take a moment, plug my shoulders in, really hollowing everything, press it into the floor, and go down. We're not going down all the way, we're coming right back up. We're going to do 2 more of these. No, let's do 4 more of these. So this is 4. Really finding that external rotation in your arms, which feels weirdly internal when your arms are overhead. This is 3. I'm coming backwards. Now it's confusing me. We have 2 more. Legs. Oh, I caught my own hair. That's gross. And 2 more. last one. Good. I just remembered I want to do some belly down things, so we're gonna do that. Okay. Let's see. I think the best way for me to do it is like this, and then you can sort of see me. But since it's belly down, we'll talk between each thing, or I'll talk because you guys kind of can't. This has become really major for me. I'm going to go to slight diagonal actually as I explain it. So we're going to do this one with our legs zipped together. Again, I'm bow-legged, so that can be a hard sensation, but I find if I squeeze my inside of my heels together, that works for me. And then we're going to think about tons of energy through the leg. So for me, because my legs are slightly hyperextended, that means that the tops of my knees are going to be off of the floor, right? Instead of relaxing down, they're going to be lifted up. And then as we get further up the body, we're going to think about the belly being really hollow. Maybe we'll go this way. No, I'm going to go on a diagonal, but for right now, the belly is going to be really hollow here. So I'm flattening out my lower back, so it's really squeezing the glutes, but then that can make you want to turn out, at least for me. So you're going to kind of fight that squeeze here. Oh my God, who's calling me? Hi, I'm back. I don't know who that was. That was like a telemarketer. Okay, so we find that squeeze. You're going to make a pillow for your head, and then we're working on the arms. So we're thinking about pulling the shoulder into the socket, really. So it's this press back. We're going to do 10 pulses with the thumb up, and then 10 internal and external rotations. As we rotate internally, you're not going to let it rock forward like that. We're actually going to almost think about pressing up as we go for that internal rotation. Then arm overhead, 10 pulses. Arm by your side, 10 pulses. And then 5 snow angels, right? Like that. Okay, so I'm going to put myself around this leg. And I'm going to talk into the floor because I'm going to do them too. Sitting yourself up, make the pillow for your head, right arm out, and pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotation 10, 9, 8, keep lengthening your lower back, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and arm by your ear, pulsing for 10. Keep reaching the energy out your legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm by your side, pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And snow angels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And wiggle it out for a moment. Oh, my ankle just got stuck. Weird. Alright, setting up for the other side. Zip it all together. Drive your shoulder blades into the socket. Tuck your tailbone under. Scoop your belly button energy out your legs. And pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotation 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm by your ear. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm by your side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And snow angels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and wiggle it out. I find that to be so hard. If there's anything I'm going to do to warm up, that's going to be one of the things. So last thing down here, belly down, is from Olga Kermansky, who is super amazing and super pregnant. And she has a bunch of really awesome stuff over on her Instagram. And this is something I took from training with her once, and I think I have done this like every day since, or every day that I've worked out since. It's really amazing. So we're gonna have your legs, if you were on a yoga mat, maybe they're like about mat distance apart. Again, lots of energy out the legs. I'm gonna go on a diagonal for this one. You want your hands right underneath your shoulder heads, and we're gonna start by thinking about your shoulders plugging down, your elbows hugging in, and you're gonna scoop your belly, and we're rolling up sequentially, lower back, middle back, upper back, head, tons of energy out the legs, and then opening the chest, coming down, lower back, middle back, upper back, head. As you go through this, the way Olga does it and the way I'm going to do it is we're going to do 3 in this like slower, smaller range of motion, and then 3 medium, and we'll do 3 big. So here's our 3 and maybe a littler one. I maybe should have done a little bit littler. And then this next 3, maybe look up a little bit further on the ceiling. Keep squeezing your glutes. Keep the energy out your legs into your hamstrings. Keep plugging those shoulders down your back. Last one in this range. And then if you're up to going a little further, you're going to walk your hands closer down towards your waist. Be careful that you're really plugging your shoulders in. And get a little bit higher. Hug those elbows in on the way down for 3. 2. And 1. Coming into a child's pose for a moment. Feel the stretch in your lower back. You can separate your knees or have them together, whatever feels right. Cool, and coming up. I'm going to take my socks off. For this next stuff, we're going to do some like down dog, lunge, that kind of thing. If you do have really tight hamstrings and you want some blocks nearby to help modify, now would be the time. And maybe you should drink water. I don't know. It's like a thing, right? I'm going to drink some water. Yeah, so we'll do that little fake yoga sequence and then we'll be done. Okay. I think I'll face you guys. It might be weird, but I think that'll be fine. So, finding your downward facing dog. And take a moment, pedal out through your heels. And thinking about where you're pushing into your hands. As Ivory Fox says, you want to push into your peace fingers, your pointer finger and middle finger pads especially, so really pushing down here. Good, and rooting down into your left leg, raise your right heel up, keep your legs super parallel. And then pull your knee to your nose, slide your shoulder blades towards your waist, hovering plank, and press it out. We're going to do 3 more, so 4 total hovering planks. 2 more. And 4. And then we're going to point through the top of the foot, energy out the legs, stack the hips. Feel that top leg extending long, and then start to flex and square the hips off. And 3 more times, point and stack. And square and flex. And 2. And last one.
And pull your knee to your nose and step your foot down in between your feet. Adjust as you need to. Feel the energy going down the center of that front foot.
Oh, weird. I think I lost you guys. Did I get a bunch of messages? Hi. Somehow I like lost you guys. I don't know when. So I'm gonna go back and start the down dog sequence. Unless somebody can tell me where I lost you. Where did I lose you? Anyone? Hi. At down dog? Okay, sweet. So we'll go back into down dog and then we'll start. We didn't do the hovering planks, right? Just me by myself. Okay. So, sorry guys. This is, I think I'm gonna have to go into like, I don't know, airplane mode or something. I'm not quite sure why it like booted me off. Whatever. So we're all coming back on. So we're gonna meet back in down dog. Yes, we're gonna meet back in down dog. Okay, figuring this out. Here we are. We're in our down dog. You're pedaling out your feet. And we're doing our super parallel leg, and then pull your knee to your nose, find your hovering plank, shoulder blades towards your waist, and then press back out for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then open up, stack your hips, energy through your leg, and then square them off, and 3 more. And 2 more. And last one. And bring your foot through, frame your hands framing your foot. Great. Reaching out between your back heel, the top of your head, externally rotate your arms, plug your shoulders in, hover your arms by your side, 2 deep breaths. And then bring your arms overhead and stack your shoulders over your hips. If you need to, scoot your back leg in, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your back butt cheek, straighten that back knee, sink deeper into the front knee. Really closing the ribs, opening the armpits, pressing the arms back. And then just the front knee straightens and bends, tracking over the toes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then staying here, squeeze your shoulders, bring your arms behind you, internally rotate the arms, keep flying them back, come down, untuck your toes, come onto the top of your foot, walk your hands up your thighs, tuck your pubic bone under, really keep squeezing that back butt cheek, pull over your back knee skin. Jonathan Nosen, my other amazing contortion coach, who's on Instagram as Contorture, says that here we are pulling over our knee fat, which is funny because nobody here has knee fat. It's skin. I wish that I had knee fat because then my knees wouldn't hurt so much when I'm on my knees and in some of these dance sequences that I've had to do. And then come down and squeeze your hamstring to pull your back heel towards your butt. Use your muscles to try to get your heel closer to your butt. And then bring your arm around and encourage it further yourself. Good. Try to hold that there as you release your hand. And release. Good. Tuck your toes. Here's where you might need your blocks. Come to 2 straight legs or any sort of support. And as I always say, it is your choice. You can either hold it here, thinking about your thighs spiraling inward, pushing down into the floor, or you can rock, flexing your front foot and pointing your back foot, articulating through your toes,
And I'm going to square myself off, coming back to down dog. Rooting down through your right foot, raise the left heel up. And knee to your nose, hovering plank, shoulders slide towards your waist, and press back out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then point and stack, energy out the legs, and flex and square, and point and stack, and square. 2 more. Last one. And pull your knee in, step your foot down, adjust as you need to. Your thighs are hugging inward, you're rooting down through the center of your front foot, out the back heel, energy out through that super straight leg to the top of the head. Externally rotate your arms and hover them along your side, reaching long through the back of the neck. And then reach the arms forward with the palms facing each other. Stack yourself up, scoot your back leg in, drive your pubic bone forward, squeeze your butt cheek, straighten your back knee, sink deeper. And then straighten and bend the front knee for 4, closing the ribs, opening the armpit, 3, 2, driving that back hip forward, and 1. And bringing the, squeeze the arms back, internally rotate, flat down to the floor. Lower the knee, untuck the toes, walk your hands to your thigh and push yourself away. Continuing to try to tuck the pelvis under here. Driving that hip forward, pulling over that knee skin. Squeeze that butt cheek to really put the stretch here. Again, this is all closing. I'm lifting. And then I'm pulling forward. Just staying active here for a moment, pulling that back, squaring it down. I wish I had Jonathan Nosen right now to come up behind me and just push me into all the right places. It would feel so good. And then lead with your hip to come down. Squeeze your hamstring. Pull your heel towards your butt. And then reach your arm around, push it in further. And then engage your muscles, see if you can hold that there. Oh yeah. And release. And tuck your toes. 2 straight legs. Again, your choice. Staying here and just rooting down into the floor. Or flexing the front foot and then articulating through a pointed back foot. Good, bring your right foot to be near your left foot. It doesn't have to be touching it, and if you want, you can bend your knees just hanging down. Grab around your elbows and just traction out your spine. And then grab your hands, squeeze your palms together, cross your fingers right at your sacrum. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other. Keep squeezing your palms if you can. Reach through your straight arms. And then keep that shoulder blade squeeze as you bring your fists towards the floor. You can turn your head right and left. You can straighten your legs if you want. But that's not the main focus of this one. And then coming back out of it, release your arms. Bend your knees and roll up. Cool. That's where I'm going to end for today. Sorry about the weird interruption. I'm not sure if
that means that we lost the first video. I have no idea. But I'll try to save this one, and I'll see if the other one did save. Who the fuck knows? But I'll be back on Wednesday at noon, and hopefully I'll have figured things out a little bit more. I'm also trying to set up YouTube. I didn't know I needed like 24 hours to get verified or whatever. So hopefully by Wednesday I'll be doing this on YouTube and then saving everything there as well. So if that's an easier way to check it out, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But we're in this for a little bit. So reach out to me. I'll also find a way to share links to all the people that really impact me so that you can go find them. Oh, thank you, Elena. And it's so nice to see everybody's avatars. And we're all in this together. So sending everybody love, and we'll get through this. Okay, bye. And no.